Welcome everyone. I'm so excited you can make, well, we're very excited. We all are very excited that you can make it. We're here to talk about two really cool traveling opportunities for you and your student and, any other family members that you can think of or friends that are interested. But one of the trips is Austria, Germany, and Switzerland in 2025. And technically we are going through Liechtenstein. So 4 countries total, which is really cool. So that's next summer. We're really excited about it. And I'm going to be the tour,
The group leader.
The group leader, thank you. The group leader, and I am Ashley Satterfield. I'm an English teacher at Williamsburg High School. I actually teach 9th grade, and this year I'm actually teaching theater as well. So you can tell from how articulate I am with the microphone. We're really excited about this trip, but I'm gonna pass the mic on to
And I am Dion Nichols. I'm also an English teacher at Williamsburg High School. I have been on several trips already, and we are going, I think it's the next grade. Think it's the very next one. I will be the group leader for a trip to the Stories of Scotland in 2026. Yay, there it is. Okay.
There was a delay on my screen.
That's okay. That's okay. So again, it is an option for you and your students. We encourage family members to come with because that's the best way to make memories. If you can, you have that time and special things that you've done with your own child, and it's a really fantastic experience. So we are, as Ashley said, we're going to be talking about both of these. We're going to try to smoothly move between each of them just to make sure it doesn't get too confusing, but also doesn't take up too much time, okay?
So we'll watch a quick video. Hopefully it actually plays for you guys. It didn't. Let's try that again. Here we go.
Hello, yeah.
I would love to go to Italy,
to New York, Paris,
Australia,
Ireland,
Tokyo, Japan,
Washington, D.C., Monaco,
Belgium.
I want to explore the other side of the world.
I have no idea what to pack.
These are my guides to read on the plane, my mom's credit card, and clean underwear to New York.
I say so often, I'd love to go to these places, but I long for the day that I can actually say, I fell in love with these places.
On a beach in Italy. You don't understand the beauty. We're not coming home. Nope.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Get started. Get started. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Oh. Yeah, here we go now.
I think there's another one. This one's specifically from Munich, which the 2025 trip actually goes to.
to Germany.
We're sitting in an airport on our way to Munich.
Who here has not been to Europe? First time. Awesome.
A warm welcome to Munich Airport, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, welcome.
Bryce, how
Nice to meet you, Bryce. I'm Alex. Fantastic. Hello, welcome to Munich. My name's Alex. I'll be your tour director. Very excited you're here. And we are now here in Bavaria. We say Grüß Gott.
Grüß Gott, Klaus.
So I've got all your room keys here in my hand.
We just got into our hotel room. We have to unpack everything first, get settled, and then we're gonna go downstairs for some touring of Munich.
Awesome.
It's my great pleasure to introduce you to the person who's going to show you all of this wonderful city today. And it's my good friend and our guide, Barbara here. So
hello everybody, welcome to Munich. So we are here on Odeon Square. In the back, this is the Theatina Church, very beautiful Baroque church. And you got the royal residence here on this side.
We are going into the Munich residence. It's the royal family lives.
I'm in the residence right now, and it's one of the coolest places ever.
This is so amazing in here. We're here on the main square of Munich, the Marienplatz. We're about to see the Glockenspiel, which is happening up there.
how would you feel about going up the oldest and the best church tower in the heart of Munich?
306 steps, and it was worth it to see this.
This is Munich, ladies and gentlemen. It is beautiful. So worth it. We are here at beautiful Nymphenburg Palace, which was built by the Wittelsbach family.
Guys, we are here at Munich's Viktualien Markt.
Wie viele kostet das?
16,50 ist
Dankeschön.
We are now about 40-45 minutes outside of Munich in the small city of Dachau. It is associated with one thing and one thing only, the concentration camp memorial that is located here. This is the first map that we'll look at. It shows the town of Dachau and it shows where the camp is. Why do I stress the fact that the camp is here, the town is here?
Do they know what's happening there?
That's the question, right? That's the thing that everybody always said. Did they know? Very tough question. There's always a question about why people didn't do anything about this, right?
Thou shalt not be a victim, thou shalt not be a perpetrator, but above all, thou shalt not be a bystander.
A bystander. Because this is what it's all about. What can we do to prevent anything like this from ever happening again? Especially as we come to this next part, which is incredibly difficult to see, incredibly hard to see, but also very important. I think this is the thing that I would urge you to focus on.
You spend so many hours at home thinking about it, reading books about it, looking at pictures, researching it, but to actually just like stand where they've stood is pretty powerful.
I do hope that you can go back with this attitude of never again and never forget. With that, probably wrap it up and head back to the bus and head back into the city. We're now in the Olympic Stadium. This is the site of the 72 Olympic Games. This place has a mixed history, but today it's a beautiful park that people can enjoy. So we're going to give you a little bit of time to walk around, explore on your own for a little bit, and check this wonderful place out.
Look how beautiful.
This place is huge.
We are back in the heart of Munich right now. You ready to go in and check out the Hofbräuhaus?
Totally.
Neuschwanstein Castle is just behind you guys right now.
Oh my gosh. Guys, look, the waterfall's right below us.
That looks like a castle.
Upper Swan Castle. It's incredible. So right here, what I have for you is the fantastic Bavarian delicacy of the pretzel.
You have to be literally standing there and like seeing, smelling, tasting like what life is, you know? You can't get this from like a picture or like a video.
And I'm hopeful that this was just the first step in a series of many international experiences that each of you will have. All right, this is the part that I'm really not good at, which is saying goodbye. It was a real honor accompanying you through Germany. I'll say auf Wiedersehen. We'll see you again. Bye, guys.
We actually see all of those things. Move. Would you like to see Scotland? Yes. Here we go. This one is Scotland and Ireland.
You must be Chris. Hi, it's nice to meet you.
This is Dan, ladies and gents. He's going to be our driver.
I'm going to give you an Irish welcome. Cíd míle fáilte óg go léir. 100,000 welcomes to all of you.
Welcome to Dublin, capital city of Ireland. My name is Chris Morrison. I've been a tour director for nearly 17 years, and I'm looking forward to showing you my country, Ireland. Hello, my darling. It's Chris from EF. Ladies and gents, your rooms are ready. So I'm going to give you about 20 minutes. Once you get down, I'm going to show you around. Our local guide for Dublin today, Miss Sally, and she's wicked.
All set to go?
Yes.
Follow me. St. Patrick's Cathedral was built in the early 13th century. You can all come and live in Ireland. We have no snakes. You can roll in the grass, you can walk in the woods.
But there were snakes here before.
St. Patrick's commanded the snakes to leave, and they slithered into the sea, never to be seen again. Now, geologists say we never had them in the first place, but don't believe that. St. Patrick drove the snakes from Ireland. That's our story, we're sticking to it.
Every once in a while, it's about taking that moment to actually say, what have we been looking at?
Welcome to the Old Library in Trinity College. There's over 200,000 of their oldest books here.
That's crazy. The Book of Kells is downstairs in the basement of this library.
Book of Kells is one of the most famous manuscripts, probably in the world.
I was able to get like this close to it, like there was just a bit of glass between me and this book that I'd studied so much. Everything I've learned about was right there in front of me, in my face, and I was able to share that with my friends.
Hey everybody, can I have your attention for a second? Tonight we're gonna have some great Irish food. Toast!
Nay, never. No, nay, never, no.
So, ladies and gents, we're going to be making our way over to Scotland.
Every day that goes by that you learn something is a useful day. Every day that goes by that you don't learn anything is a waste. And I don't like wasting anything, so I learn something new every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Keith, and Keith is going to be our local guide.
Welcome to Edinburgh, the capital city of Scotland. Looking over here, you're looking at the north side of Edinburgh. Over to the right is Arthur's Seat, our extinct volcano. The one real beauty about Scotland is lawyers, street cleaners, poets, they all lived side by side, cheek by jowl.
Have any of you guys seen a castle before?
Not in real life.
Not in real life. You're about to see a real life castle on a rock.
Oh my goodness.
What I would like you to do now is to use your imagination. You are now an invading army, and all around you, the defenders of the castle. Let's attack the castle now, shall we? The whole reason for the city of Edinburgh is, of course, the castle. So do all of us here put together. And the reason for the castle is the rock it sits on. It's a great big lump of lava. Now we've got gateway number 3, the portcullis. The one with the spikes that would drop down and spear you.
You see that in the movies.
Aye, I love my job, I really do. Just fought your way up this hill, smashed your way through 7 gates. You are survivors. You've now made it to the very top of Edinburgh Castle. From here on, it's all downhill.
Just being in a totally different environment, thousands of miles away from home, it pushes you to become more of the person that you're like meant to be and called to be.
Thank you for coming to my city, for seeing it through my eyes, and I sincerely hope that you have enjoyed yourself as much as I have enjoyed showing you my city. And please, come again. Thank you very much.
Hey, so we're taking off right now. It's so sad. Excited to see your family and friends. It was a wonderful trip and we loved it. Yeah.
So I think you can see from both of those that they're 2 really cool opportunities that we'll go over each part of it because that's just a small piece of both of our trips. You can see there's a lot going on, so we're excited to get into it. So tonight we wanted to introduce ourselves, introduce you all to the trips, give you our itinerary and where we're going to travel, what's included. Talk about our travel partners, safety and support, which I know is huge, and price and how to enroll. So we're gonna get on all this tonight. So we are Vinton WorldTrekkers.
There's 3 of us.
Yes, the 3 of us. We all work together to bring travel to you and the community and your student and everyone. So this is actually going to be my first trip with Vinton WorldTrekkers in 2025. So I'm really excited that they brought me on. I know that Dion and Cherry Bell have been working together for a while, so.
Okay. Is the next one like why do we? I think that's the next one. Yay! Look at that. Okay. Why do we travel? To gain a broader perspective, a global perspective, right? With the way the world is moving these days, it is absolutely necessary for us to develop empathy with each other, and that is across any barriers that may exist. And I think that that's one of the key reasons that we do this, because the more you travel, the more you realize that regardless of differences, we are so much alike, so much alike. And it's amazing. So I have pictures of Ashley and me up here, and I was just gonna talk you through it real fast. The 3 that I have up here are actually from this past summer when we were in Japan. And so that is at the
Miyajima
Shrine.
Island. That's
That's-
the Torii Gate, the floating Torii Gate in Miyajima.
Yes. That is the Great Buddha. Number 2, second biggest one in all of Japan. The biggest one was actually at a different temple, which I did get a picture of, but that one was the entire group. And then this was a free afternoon that we had outside of the Odaiba Joypolis Industrial, but it was also a playground park. And we went walking around that lovely little lake to another park that used to be, it was actually man-made and managed as defense originally. Okay.
Oh, real quick. Yes, and my 3 pictures, they're right here, and then up in the corner. That's all from when I traveled to Senegal and the Gambia in West Africa. When I was a senior in college, we spent about 3 weeks there. That picture down there, we went to Tendaba Primary School. We stayed there for a day and traveled with the students and got to know what their day was like. That was really cool. And the beaches there were phenomenal, but it was for political science. So we were there really helping the community, learning more about the people there and, you know, their trade and their commerce and all of that and their political system. So it was a really, really great experience, and I grew and learned so much, which is why I wanted to join in with them, because I know how beneficial and how great travel for everyone, especially young people, can be.
So a global perspective.
Yes,
grown.
for sure. So why educational travel? It introduces new ways of learning, 100%. You're not just learning about it in the classroom, you're actually going and experiencing it. You could see it clearly from those videos that we watched. Again, it provides the innovative hands-on skills that I think are so important, that gives you that extra added experience in your education. And 3, the big one, it gets students off screens and interacting with the world, interacting with people from everywhere, face to face, in person. That's always, you know, something you don't get unless you travel outside of where you're from. It complements the academic curriculum. So I know that a lot of students who are interested in World War II history, things like that, would enjoy going on the trip to Germany and Austria and, you know, Scotland even. Right, there's a ton of history there. I'm not trying to. No, but just saying, you know, if you're interested in certain parts of the academic curriculum, this is something that will supplement that as well. It provides opportunity to discover one's life passion. You never know, you know, we're still, especially young people, they're still trying to figure it out. Well, you know, we're all still trying to figure it out. So it's nice to travel outside your comfort zone. Maybe you find something that you never thought that you would enjoy before. Yes.
I'll take that. Okay. EF has over 55 years of experience. So there is staff on the ground every single day, especially when we are abroad, but they're also in 50 different countries around the world. We have never been somewhere where there is not some way to get help immediately, because they are spread all over the globe. There's actually a slide later on where you'll see little pinpoint dots everywhere that there's an office. And it's amazing. So that is one reason why we have stuck with EF, because we have had, Jerry Bell's had how many trips?
3 or 4.
3 or 4. I went on my first when I was actually a high school student myself. And I think that was right around the time they just started actually bringing in high school, because it was developed as a collegiate program initially. And I have been on 3 since then. So you had 4 then.
No, it's 3. Because Australia Down Under got canceled during COVID.
Did you do one before me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've only had 3. It would have been my 4th.
I mean, like going on.
Oh. Yeah. Only done 3. Well,
Okay.
I've traveled almost every year, so I can't keep track.
We like to travel. But they are a world leader in international education as well. They're accredited, just like our school is, and you can, if you are interested, you can work to get either high school credit or collegiate credit as well. I will tell you right now, my son will be on the Scotland tour because that is right before his senior year, and I'm like, yes, you're gonna get some extra credits before you go to college.
Yay. He's excited about that.
So we're not the only ones that travel with EF. Here's a list of area high schools: Hidden Valley, Cave High School, Cave Spring Middle, Glenver High, Northside, Burton, PH, William Fleming. So we're not alone in our travels. We have a lot of people
And even in just in our school alone, we have at least 5 or 6 teachers that travel on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So out of all of the county schools, our school actually has the most teachers that take students abroad. So and the majority of us have been traveling for almost a decade or more. So it's like, and we're not that old. We're still young and spry, yeah, guys. So, but overall, we have among all of us and the teachers that are traveling within William Byrd alone, we have the experience. And we tend to go with EF tours because we depend on them and they're reliable when it comes to everything else that we need. So.
Oh, yay, the trip fun stuff. Okay, so this is the Austria, Germany, Switzerland trip. This is just an overall map. We'll go into detail here in just a second. But we will fly out of Roanoke Airport. And we are starting off in Vienna, and we'll travel through Austria into Germany, then over into Switzerland and back up through Germany, and we fly back, we fly out of Frankfurt. So I think the next slide is.
The next slide actually goes through.
Okay, so we'll visit the Royal Schönbrunn Palace, which is Vienna's famous UNESCO site. And I was actually looking at pictures of it today, and it was really, really cool. There's some beautiful architecture. The gardens are incredible. So there's a lot of beauty and a lot of history that goes along with this place, so I'm really excited. Then Munich, we saw a video all about it. And so there's a lot of really exciting places to explore within the city. You saw a lot of the great food. And I think the video really spoke for itself with how much there is to explore and do in that city.
And even just right near the Marienplatz, that's like everywhere that they went is all around that area. It's within walking distance, a couple blocks from each other.
Yeah, and I think that's what's really cool too is, you know, you will have opportunities to explore safely on your own and kind of, you know, go around and shop and yes, and at least 2 pairs, go around safely. But no, you will have that opportunity, which I also think is really cool in a walkable city like that. And then Lake Lucerne in Switzerland, gorgeous. I'm really excited to go there as well. There's a lot of really exciting architecture and landscape. So it's just, I know a lot of people, this is on their bucket list. It's certainly on mine. So I'm really excited to go. So just breaking it down. So our first 2 days we'll fly overnight to Austria, and that's where we'll meet with the tour director. And so I feel like you got a good view of that in the video where, you know, we meet them at the airport. They take us where we need to go. We're very much guided throughout the tour. So we'll visit Schönbrunn Palace. We'll take a guided tour of Vienna. We'll enjoy a Wiener Schnitzel dinner. So then from there, we'll head off after day 3, and we'll go to Salzburg in Austria, which if you all are Sound of Music fans, that might sound really familiar because I am one. Then we'll go to Munich, where we'll spend day 5. We see the Munich Cathedral, and then the Dachau concentration camp memorial site, which you also saw in the video. So though there's a lot of shopping and fun things to do in history, we'll also you know, learn even more by going to more serious sites like that and along with the other things that we're gonna do. Day 6, we're going to Neuschwanstein Castle. We'll get a photo glimpse of it from the Linderhof Palace. So the cool thing about Neuschwanstein that I'm excited about is that it's the inspiration for Cinderella's castle. So I'm really stoked about that. Then day 7, we'll travel through Liechtenstein on our way to Switzerland and Lake Lucerne. And that's day 8, we'll take that walking tour. We'll explore the iconic sites like the Kappelbrook. Yes. Okay. And then we'll go into Freiburg and Heidelberg Castle. And then we travel home. I think we're gonna do a 2-day extension on that.
Do you? I thought it was.
I
I think we're going to Bonn and Köln after that as well.
Yes, so there is that 2-day extension on the tour. We'll double check, but I'm almost positive on that. And so don't forget about the food because it's delicious. You have some fondue. Again, we talked about the Wiener Schnitzel. So there's a lot of the Bavarian pretzels, things like that. There's a lot of really good food to try and gain some weight. At least we'll be walking it off. So that's a good thing.
There will be some walking.
Yes, yes.
A little bit, right, April?
So, this book right here is the first time I traveled with Cherry Belle, and this is when we did the
Capitals of
the
the
British Isles. And we literally had 24 hours in Edinburgh, and it was from lunch to lunch. So some of those 24 hours was sleeping, and I was like, yeah, that's not enough. So when I asked my son which one he wanted right before graduation, because he's going to be a senior this year in school, he didn't know. And so he wrote down all of them that he was interested in and he couldn't pick. We did pros and cons of every single one. I said, fine, hold out your finger. And I just moved the sheet underneath him and I said, put it down. And he landed on this one 2 out of 3 times. So we're doing the stories of Scotland, which does not make me happy at all. Not at all. I'm so excited about this. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're going to fly into Glasgow, up to the Highlands, or we're just doing all of Scotland. It's going to be gorgeous. I'm so excited.
Okay, want the itinerary?
Yes, please. That might be better.
There we go.
Okay, so flying overnight to Scotland, taking a tour of Glasgow. We drove by Glasgow, so I saw it from a distance, and now I actually get to see it close up this time. So that has me excited.
Ed Sheeran's from Glasgow, by the way. If you did it now.
We're going to be going to the famous museum and art gallery, which I'm very excited about. And then I might squeal on the bus all the way to the National Bagpipe Center because I love bagpipes. And it takes a special ear, but I love it. Okay, we're coming back. And so this is where we have some of the history that comes in. If you're interested in history at all, we do see the Battle of Bannockburn experience. And this was one of the main battles between the Scottish and the British in order to attempt to achieve some of their freedom. We do get to see Doune Castle and then visit Fort William. And we're going to go on the Harry Potter train, my peeps. Yes, we are. Yes, I know. It's exciting. Okay. Then we will be going to the Glenfinnan Monument and Visit Center, and then we get to actually look for Nessie, right? What I really want to do on that day is they have little rubber ducks of Nessie, and I want to get a rubber duck of Nessie and then put it on Loch Ness and then take a picture and say I found Nessie. That's what I want. We'll be going to Urquhart Castle, which is on Loch Ness, and then taking the guided tour of Edinburgh, and you actually get to go inside the castle. And that is amazing. It is beautiful. The architecture there are several different areas from different centuries that they have added on. So it's really kind of cool seeing how it's all connected. We will be going to the Scottish Storytelling Center as a literature teacher. I don't like that at all. Not at all, right? And then the National Museum of Scotland and then coming home. So this one, it is ending in Edinburgh. But I think that it's going to give us a very, very good view of what all Scotland has to offer, and it's one reason why I'm looking forward to it myself.
The itinerary looks like the Big Dipper. You know
Don't
that?
forget about the food.
So some of the things that you guys will see. But travel dates.
Okay, you're going to talk and I'm going to demonstrate.
Okay. All right, so through EF, we are given a window of travel time, so we don't get our exact dates until about 2 or 3 months before tour. And this is to, maybe if we need to combine with another school on our buses or things like that. Best prices for tickets. So that's why we wait until 2 or 3 months for confirmed. But the block of time, our earliest departure will be July 11th to July 28th, but our requested dates are the 14th through the 25th. So hopefully we'll get the requested ones. It might be a few days before, it might be a few days after, but we ask that you block off that amount of time. Don't, make any other vacation plans or things like that. I know it's summertime, but the good thing is we'll find out 2 to 3 months before. So if you do want to go on a last minute vacation, then you can fit that in, but just block off that time and this is for Austria and Germany and Switzerland.
While for Scotland.
And same thing here, but I did request to go a little bit earlier. Again, I'm going to keep saying this, my son is in high school. He is a sophomore this year. He will be going into a senior year, and I wanted to make sure that going into his senior year of band, he was there the entire time. And so I made the request just a little bit earlier, but it's the same thing. We could leave as early as July 4th and come home as late as July 18th, but the requested dates are the 7th through the 15th. So again, when you're looking 2 years down the line, you want to have that entire window free, knowing that at some point it's going to get narrowed and then you'll know specifically what the travel dates are.
It's not going the way I want it. Okay. What's included?
Almost everything.
Almost everything.
Almost everything. So airfare is included, hotel stays at quality clean accommodations. I know that is huge. Regional style meals for breakfast and dinner included. Our tour director that you saw the brief glimpse of on the video, who are all very knowledgeable in the area and know the language. So that's always really awesome. Yeah, and is with us 24/7. So if something were to happen, an emergency, anything, our tour director is there to help us. All of the transportation on tour, that includes the motor coach bus, which you also got to see on those videos. The expert local guides providing cultural insight. So wherever we go, if we go to a castle or museum or anything like that, those are all included. The guided sightseeing, same idea. Any of those tour guides are included in that price, and entrances to landmarks and attractions, which it's funny, I was looking at some of the prices on your own if you were to pay for them today, and I was like, oh my goodness. So all of that being included and then, getting the best deals for the group rates and everything is really, really great. And yeah, and the only thing that you would really want to have is extra spending money for if you're going off on your own, you want to buy souvenirs or, any food, snacks, things you want to buy on your
One
own.
meal out of the day. So usually lunch, it depends on travel. Okay, so so for example, when we were traveling from Scotland to London, from Edinburgh to London, yes, that was a lunch trip, and so they provided lunch for us, but then it was like dinner that we got on our own. So one of the meals out of the day you'll be providing for yourself. Usually it's lunch, but not always. Okay.
So typically whenever if you're looking at the itinerary of the pamphlets, anything that says visit, you will have a guide through that visit. If it just says see, it's probably a walking tour as we are walking through a city, and the tour guide is pointing out iconic places. So if there's a specific place that you want to see or stop by when free time is given, then that's usually the time you can go and visit. So in those instances where you are going off on your own during free time, the guided sightseeing will not be included. Okay, so anything that is on the itinerary that's listed as visit, you'll go with a guide, and they'll tell you everything, and they'll walk you through the
And the
entire
entire group.
place as a group. And then you can go off during the free time. They usually give you about an hour, hour and a half to wander around the place, to go and look around on your own.
And, okay. So what you all are responsible for, is really your, personal items, passports, baggage fees, any tips for the local guides, bus drivers, and tour director, and snacks and some meals like we talked about before.
The tips we will actually gather before we leave, so that you don't have to worry about it when we're actually on tour. So we gather that, and then we just hand out envelopes to each tour guide, to the bus driver, et cetera. It's another thing taken off your plate in regards. You just get to enjoy yourself and eat as much as you can.
And when it comes to baggage, you get the carry-on and one checked baggage. Anything beyond that, you will have to pay. And of course, as long as you are keeping within the weight limits and the size limits of the bag, the carry-on and the checked baggage, you guys are good to go. So you get those two pieces of luggage that it will be included in your airfare.
Right? I mean, I'll be hanging out up here. And with Ashley, you'll be hanging out all through, they're everywhere, right? It's a peace of mind bit here, because originally our 2022 tour was supposed to be going through Poland and getting awfully close to some things that are still going on right now. And we changed it because they were like, well, let's just keep everyone safe. And so it ended up becoming a different tour that was further west than it was going to be for that reason. They have tabs on everything. Their thumb is on everything. They know what's going on. It doesn't matter if it is a natural disaster, or if it is political, or if it is something else. They will do everything they can to make sure that we are safe, and that we are still entertained and educated. So, okay, back to you.
Oh, yay, great, okay. So our safety partner, so local support, like Dion was talking about, an Insight Worldwide, which I think is awesome, because when you're traveling just on your own and you're making plans and something falls through, then that's tough. But at least with, we have a backup. It's almost like there's our safety net, where if something were to happen or whatever, they're on top of it. So you don't have to think about it.
They're really good at pivoting.
Yeah.
They're good at pivoting.
So EF Safety and Incident Response Team, you saw that they were everywhere. And so if there is an incident and they need to respond, they will be there immediately with help. Especially, that's what's great about where we're going, is that they really are right there. Rigorous health standards, I know that's really important, especially, coming out of the pandemic and everything. It's important that we're working with a group that does have those high health standards. And the 24/7 tour director and chaperone team support, that's just an added layer of safety and protection, especially because I am in the process of learning German, but I do not know it yet. So having someone that will be able to speak fluently and be there 24/7 is going to be amazing. So I'm excited about that.
24/7 is literally from airport to departure airport. So the furthest they go in departure is at the gate when you're going through TSA, but they will be with you the entire time.
Same hotel, same restaurants, same everything. Absolutely with us the entire time. Okay, all right, so they are an education partner. EF stands for Education First, right? So it is important to understand that there are some things that you can actually get out of this other than just a broader view and travel experience. Personalized learning guide, you can get up to half of a high school credit using this particular guide. The college credit, you can earn 3 college credits by taking a 16-week tuition-based course related to tour experience. You are the one who's kind of sort of developing your idea for what it is that you're studying, but it is possible to start off your collegiate career with some of those credits already under your belt. And if nothing else, experience helps with a college personal statement. I'm working with seniors right now, trying to get them ready for college applications and scholarship applications and things along that line. And this is huge. Anything that you can say to set yourself apart from anyone else, because we know how hard it is now to get into certain schools. That is amazing. And it's a really good way to take advantage of just having a unique experience that you normally would not have if you were a traditional student just going straight to school and then on to higher education or the workforce or something along that line. Okay.
So on that line, the high school credit is free. College credit, you do actually have to pay a small tuition.
Yes.
Okay. This part's free.
Then you gotta Okay. Okay. So what do you get out of it? Even if you're not going for extra credits, and I don't mean extra credit, I mean extra credit. Your growth mindset, it changes you. When we saw the kids on the London Tube and they were looking at the map and going, oh, and then half a day later, they're like, no, we take this route, and then we do this route, and then we go there. Like, oh my gosh, you already read that map, and I'm still trying to figure out where the red takes me. It's amazing, the growth mindset that happens. There's the global perspective as well. I've seen it already with my son. He started with us when we went in 2022, and he has traveled several times since, and he does not bat an eye at different languages that he's hearing, at different regalia that he's seeing, anything along that line. He's simply accepting of humans now, which is beautiful. I love it. Personal development, they learn a lot about themselves. They really do. Sometimes it takes a while for it to soak in. And I think that that's the key. You have to give them a chance to kind of think over what it is that they've experienced and how they're perceiving that and how they can use it. But they will end up showing a lot of growth if you just give them a little bit of time to think it through. And they gain necessary skills to make an impact on the world and on their own lives as well. Just having a little bit more confidence to go out and try something different and try something new and navigate through a city that you've never been to before. And I mean, that's life, navigating through things that are kind of scary at first, but you learn a little bit of confidence from that. And it's wonderful to see it. Okay, that's you.
So these are our support partners that work with EF and just kind of how we all work together to make this the best experience and the safest and the best. So we have our travel team. So the travel team helps us as group leaders every step of the way from planning the tour all the way until we leave. So that is what our travel team does. We have our traveler support team, which works with all of you, parents and students, to answer any questions about payments, dietary needs, anything like that. They are available to you if you have any questions. And that's their number. Also, so then our tour director that I've gone into, the tour director is there 24/7, bilingual, multilingual guide who will be leading the tour, handling all the logistics and exposing us to local history and culture, just leading us from place to place, making sure we're where we need to be and communicating with everybody. So we're all working together. And then the group leaders, that's us. And we're here to support you as well. That's why we all work together, and we'll work together and to make this the best experience and best trip that we can.
So as of right now, both trips, even though Ashley is leading the 2025 trip, Dion will be on that trip. So you actually have two experienced group leaders that will be going on that trip. While in 2026, Dion is leading, but I'll be on that trip with them. So you have, and if we have enough room, Ashley will come along. But as of right now, that's how it stands. So if you have any needs or anything while you are on tour, you do have group leaders and chaperones that's going to be there to help you guys out. So that's one of the things, that's why I put this group together, mainly because they have an interest in travel. They like going out and teaching the students and actually going and learning about everything and everywhere that we are going. So it's a great, we have a great dynamic. The way I look at it, it's just one of those things that we support each other in that way. So like I said, even though one is leading the trip, there's gonna be at least one of us on that trip as well. Just to helping along, especially the bigger the group is. And if your needs just need a little bit more attention than others. Because it happens, you know, you never know what happens. All right.
Okay. Books with confidence, woohoo! For our group, we have the Peace of Mind program, which is sort of built into everything. It provides the flexibility that we need to change things if necessary, sort of like what happened
in
2022, correct. For each traveler in general, you have two versions of global travel protection. The first one at the top, that's automatically included in the price, and it provides coverage for baggage, property, trip cancellation, interruption, etc. But there is more of a
up to 110 days before departure.
There you go. There's the deadline. However, the Global Travel Protection Plus is an additional $400. But if you think that there might be a chance that something will happen, then this allows for cancellation up to any reason within 24 hours of departure.
But that can only be added when you sign up.
It must be added as you enroll. You cannot go back and add that later on. Okay. We do have a risk-free enrollment period where you can sign up. If you sign up by next week, Friday, yes, today is the 4th, next week, Friday, then you can cancel for any reason up to 7 days after that for a full refund. So you have a full week after that where you may be like, oh, geez, you know, I don't know, like something happened and I need money for this instead and I can't pay for this, and you can cancel within 7 days. No questions asked for a full refund. Okay.
So making it happen, I know that money is definitely a part of this. So there is the Global Citizen Scholarship. So this scholarship is designed to help students you all discover the world. So EF awards up to $100,000 in scholarships each year. It is a needs and merit-based scholarship, but any enrolled traveler can apply. So if you are interested in that, I highly recommend it, and see what can be offered. And then what I really like is the customizable tour fundraising page. So every traveler who enrolls will receive their own tour fundraising page. Anyone can contribute, send your fundraising page to friends, family, loved ones, and 100% of all the contributions will go directly toward your tour balance. So they don't take a percentage out or anything like that. It goes directly to your tour balance. And with social media and all of that, that's a great platform, post it up there. I'm traveling to Scotland, I'm traveling to Austria, Germany, Switzerland, help me make it there. And I know that there are a lot of people who are willing to contribute even, 5, 10, it all adds up. And I can't remember if it was you or Cherry that talked about putting the QR code. Yeah, I love this idea. So if you want
a Christmas card. I made my daughter's fundraising page, and I made it into a QR code, and I included on a Christmas card, and I sent it out to family and friends, and they donated. It was like, even if it's $5, $5 is $5 towards your trip.
Right.
So, I mean, money is money.
Especially around Christmas time when people are feeling extra generous.
Or graduation.
Yeah. So there are a lot of options available. We never want money to be a reason why you can't have those experiences. So we try to make as many opportunities as possible to make sure that everybody can travel. So just to review, everything we get on this tour, itinerary and logistics, all planned out. So everything we talked about getting on tour, payments and protection, you have flexible payment options. You get a personal tour fundraising page, global travel protection plan is included. All of the safety and support, which I think should be like big, bold, highlighted. Personal traveler account online, traveler support team, 24/7 safety and incident response team, and peace of mind program. And then along with the personalized learning and more of, your own experience. And the project-based learning guide, high school and college credit options, and the college essay help. So all of that combined is,
It's a lot that you get out of it.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of safety, protection, peace of mind, and growth. So it's exciting.
So this is for 25.
Okay, so here are the flexible payment options that we have for 25. So we have it's 286 bi-weekly. If you wanted to do the automatic payments, correct? So if you wanted to do automatic payments, it would be 286 bi-weekly, and that includes the $95 enrollment fee. So that would be $572 monthly, and again, that includes that $95 enrollment fee. So in full for students, it's $54.39, and for adults, it's $64.39. Now, the great thing is, right now we are offering a $200 discount. So, and that is until September 13th. So if you pay that enrollment fee, then you automatically lock in that $200 discount. So I highly recommend, even if you're just thinking about it, doing the enrollment fee, so then you can lock in that, $200 discount price. So, so yeah, we do have annual payment options if you would rather do that. That allows you to pay in larger amounts and less frequent installments for a small fee. So if you would rather do that, then that's also available.
So the manual payment basically is you pay your 95 enrollment fee, and then 90 days later, you make payment, and then another 90 days later, you make another payment, and then you don't have to make another payment until the balance is due before the 110 days. And even then, at the 110-day marks, you can switch over to an automatic payment, and that way you have more time. And that's usually about 45 days before departure that your full balance has to be paid. So that's how the manual payment works, but you can always switch to an automatic payment at any time.
Right. So there are different options here that are available.
Okay. So 26.
I do want to say, if you do enroll with the automatic though, once you do your 95, you can give yourself a month leeway. It'll ask you, where do you want to start? So you have a little bit to kind of like make sure that everything is working out in terms of finances and your schedule and things like that.
You choose your date.
Yes, which is really helpful.
Payday.
Okay, so Ashley's trip is next summer. So those payments are a little bit higher because you're at a year to get all of that in. I do have a little bit more time with mine, and so the payments are a little bit less, but it ultimately ends up working out if you are able to make those.
Ready for the payments? Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
So bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly for students would be 102 every other week with your $95 enrollment. If you are going with a monthly payment, it would be 218 for students. And students are 4,889, whereas the adults are 5,619. That's the total that you would end up paying if you were to enroll. However, we do, again, have the $200 discount through next week, Friday, which is 13th, and that would bring it down to $46.89 for students and $54.19 for the adults. Just like with Ashley's, you can do the manual payment as well. However, I do want to make sure that you are paying attention to the fact that if you are signing up with manual enrollment, that you are not eligible for that risk-free enrollment where you can cancel by the 13th and get 100% back. Okay.
There's something I wanted to say. Oh, if you have traveled with EF before, you get an additional $100 discount as well.
Yes. If you're a repeat traveler, you do get an additional discount.
Whether, if you still have the email address, if you were an adult that traveled with EF when you were younger, when you were in high school, and you remember the email address that your mom or dad used, if you remember all of that information, you can access that information. And they have it on file, you can get that $100 discount too. It's all about the email. All
That's
right.
pretty nice. Okay, so, time to enroll. The 15 guaranteed spots, that is navigable, navigate, I'm an English teacher.
Navigable.
Navigable, there we go, that's it, yes.
Navigable. Yes. Says the Spanish teacher.
The enrollment deadline, it is not a deadline. It is a deadline to make sure that those prices that you saw do not change, because the cost up until October 1st is going to be what you saw,
But you're not gonna get the $200 discount.
but you're not gonna get the $200 discount, correct? So that is why it says that there's a deadline. You can join after September 13th, but I cannot guarantee that the price is gonna be what you saw on the previous screens. Okay? Sorry, that's like the teacher coming up today. Bobbleheads, can I get bobbleheads? Okay, here we go, yay.
Okay. So.
Enrollment is open. If you are interested, you can take a picture, do whatever QR code you want. Maybe get a picture of yourself with the coon. I love coons. Anyone else like coons?
The hairy coon.
And also just one last thing, this tour isn't just for, you know, the Vinton community or the Roanoke Valley or whatever. I've even spoken with my mom who lives down in Florida and been like, you really need to come on this trip, you'll love it. So, and the great thing about that too is that EF will organize their travel from wherever they're coming from. So if you have a cousin in Chicago that wants to join you on this trip, then they'll get hooked up with traveling with us and they'll take care of it. You don't have to do anything. So if you know somebody else that isn't necessarily from here or isn't part of the bird community or whatever, they are more than welcome to sign up for this trip as well.
Our Japan trip had people from Franklin County, Bedford County, and a few people from LB. So, and even Roanoke,
I
huh?
was gonna say, and Reagan, where'd they move to?
Oh, they were in Utah. They were in Reno, Nevada.
There you go.
So they signed up when they were living in West Virginia and they moved cross country, but they still came on the trip. So there's, like they said, there is no limitation, and there are people that I know. So it worked out for us. So it's like, it's not just limited to us, it's even more, because by the end, all of our Cave Spring kids were friends with the LB, the Liberty, as well as the Bird kids. And we had a couple people from Roanoke City from PH. So it was a very diverse group, adults and students alike. And we had it was awesome. It was a good trip. It was a fun trip.
So, well, thank you all so much for coming out. We really appreciate it. Please grab some chocolate on your way out. It's delicious, but it will be better in Switzerland.
It really is.
So help yourselves. Thank you all so much for meeting with us. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us. And we'll be happy to answer them. If you can't think of any now, email us or whatever you need to do to get in touch. So thank you all.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I'm really disappointed you're not going to out on the first tour.
But the Outlander Fort is Fort William.
It's Fort William and it's the one castle, because that's Castle Leo's in the show.
Yeah.
But you're not going, you're not going to bring you there. You're
No. Well, we actually, the Brigadoon, we actually pass through it.
You're not going to Raleigh Rock.
No, we're not going to Lolly Rock. But we are going to Fort William.
Yeah, I did see there's that.